Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Chasing 70 Degrees. My name is Travis and today I've got a number of modifications that I'm going to be making to my 2020 Jeep Wrangler JL Unlimited Sport. So as you can see, I've got some of the XG cargo gear. We're going to be putting in a sort of a Sportsman Molly type cargo carrier that goes over the back seat and kind of ties down into some clips that are going to be on the floor of the cargo area. And then I've got the sort of, I guess you think of it as like the back corner panel kind of area where we're going to be putting in the Gamma cargo carriers. But what I'm going to start with today, which is probably the easiest mod, is going to be these cool little sort of tie-downs, if you will. You can think of them as sort of tie-downs, and they're from GPCA. It's been absolutely beautiful here in Maryland over the last 2 days, and today was just one of those days where I had to get the top off the Jeep. And so you can see here, this is actually the top of my Jeep. So it's going to be perfect timing to try to install the Gamma and Sportsman cargo accessories, as well as these GPCA sort of hand twist tie downs. Now these are going to be replacing the T-50 Torx screws, the 6 of them that hold your top down in the back. And you don't have to take these out or replace these once you put the roof back on. So in other words, these are going to be fully replacing the 6 T-50 Torx screws that hold the roof on in the cargo area in the back of the Jeep. Now, I'm going to bring you in for a close-up shot here in a second using the, where did it go? The Joby Gorilla Pod that I have, and we'll come in and take a close look at the 6 GPCA tie-down units. And there's also sort of these additional clamps that you can put in there, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my thought process because we've got a metal washer here that would fit on top of that, but there are some plastic washers, some rubber, I should say, rubber washers as well as 6 of these little metal squares that you're going to get in your package that are actually replacement hardware. So let's go ahead, let's take care of the easiest thing first. Let's dive in. I'm going to bring you in for a close-up on what I think are going to be absolutely handy and super useful. Again, once I get them put in, I'll tell you my thoughts as being able to use them as sort of a tie-down type application. You can use it as a tie-down application as well, you know, if you've got some rope and you're trying to tie something down back there. All right, so let's come in and take a closer look, and then we're going to get these guys. All right, so we're going to come in and take a closer look, and then we're going to get these guys installed. All right, so as I previously commented, here is what you're going to get with your order. And I'm going to actually bring this in a little bit closer here, but they give you these sort of little promo business card type things showing you some of the additional grip accessories that they have and grip hardware that they sell for the Jeep. Now, to be clear, as always, I purchased this kit on my own. Kit is not sponsored by anybody. Nothing's been given to me. So all my money was used. I used all my own money to pay for these things. As you can see, right, you're going to get 6 washers, 6 metal washers that come with the kit. And so I'm going to keep the metal washer up against the GPCA tie-down sort of hand screw is what I'm going to call it. Now, you do also receive 6 of these rubber washers. And my experience has kind of always been that this is the padding that we're going to want between this screw and the body of the vehicle. So I would be keeping this down on the bottom of the application here, where it would go in. If I was just using the screw and the washers, we would do something like that. That way we've got the rubber between the body of the Jeep and the metal washer that's on here. So you can also see that we're going to get 6 of these clips that are right here. And these are clips that, if I can hold these at a proper angle here, you can see they're going to sit down in the back of the Jeep right above the hole, and I can go ahead and use the GPCA hand screw tie down appliance here. And what I would do is then the rubber would go underneath, right? So I want to keep anything that's going to be metal against the body of the vehicle. I would want that rubber washer to be next to it. And so that's what it would look like. And this is actually how I'm going to go ahead and install these. And again, even when the roof is on the vehicle, I'll be able to keep these screwed down just like this. So whether the roof is on or off, these are going to be in place. And if you think about it, we'll have another shot here as I go to do the installation in the Jeep. These are going to look really, really nice, and they don't need to be removed. The final component that I want to show you here are these 6 little square things. And when I opened them up, I opened up the package, I kind of looked at these and I was like, what in the world are these? And they're actually threaded so that you would have to spin them on to the little hand twist applicators here, right? And so these are actually to replace sort of the body of the Jeep. If you don't have the stock Jeep body area there that you will see here shortly, you could go ahead and put these guys down right up against the body of the Jeep. Or again, if you wanted to put this rubber washer possibly underneath that, if it's right up against the paint of the Jeep. And so that is it. That's all that's in the kit. I'm not going to be needing these because I have sort of that stock part of the Jeep that is going to be used in order to screw these down. So let's go ahead and let's get outside. Let's take a look at the Jeep, and you can take a look at the weather. It's just beautiful here again today. So great day to be shooting these videos. And let's get these guys installed. Again, it's going to be very straightforward. We're just going to screw them right into place. And I really love the idea of not having to get in there with a ratchet or a T-50 Torx screw to try to get these things out of here. All right, let's get outside and let's take a look at what these are going to look like when they're installed with the roof off the Jeep. All right, so here we are on the driver's side of the Jeep in the rear cargo area, and we're going to go ahead and install these. And again, sort of my combination is going to be the actual GPCA hand screw itself, a metal washer, the sort of the tie-down clip you can use. This is a tie-down, or you're going to be able to use the GPCA hand screw, and then the rubber washer. Again, my thinking being that we want the washer between anything that's going to be metal as part of the screw setup that we have here. And so literally all I'm going to do is screw this by hand straight down here. And you can see this is way easier, at least in my opinion. This is going to be substantially easier to deal with than to use a T-50 Torx bit of some kind. And you can see here I've got the little tie-down clasp if I wanted to use that. I could probably go a turn or two more, but there's no reason to. So I'm just going to leave it right there. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing here with these last two. And so we'll get these screwed in, and maybe we'll do a little fast forward motion here. All right, so as you can see, we've got the 3 in here on the driver's side. And again, you could use this as sort of some kind of a tie down, the clip that comes with the GPCA hand turn modules here. Or you could actually use the GPCA modules themselves. But the bottom line is that you're going to be able to have these installed irrespective of whether or not you have the roof on the vehicle. And so now let's move over, and again, we'll do a little fast forward action, and let's get the 3 on the passenger side installed, and then we'll wrap things up. All right, so for those GPCA hand tie-down units, that's it. They look great, right? There's a lot of functionality to them. It's going to let me get the top off quicker. It's going to let me get the top back on quicker, I believe, again, because I can just simply manipulate those with my hand and tighten down the roof or loosen them up and get the roof off. And then we saw 2 additional value adds, right? You can actually use those GPCA hand tie-down modules to tie things off to, and they actually give you clips in case you wanted to tie something off or affix something to those clips to tie it down. All right, well, that's going to do it for the GPCA sort of hand tie-down modules for the back or for the hardtop Jeep unit and the 6 screws that we would need to make that happen. Now we're going to go ahead, my next video, I'm going to go ahead and get the Gamma cargo packs. They're kind of triangular in shape. Let's go ahead and let's knock that out.